From the pulpit of many colors.
They manifest some madness, and God shows them some bit of madness. Now, think of this man that was bold enough, that didn't care about what these people were talking about. He got hold of James, even the brother of John, the sons of Zebedee, and then got him eliminated and executed him. Let's read from Acts of Apostles and chapter 12. We're reading from verse 1. Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church, and he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. But miraculously, the angel came into the prison and then brought Peter out of the prison. And then, after Peter had gone away from the prison, and then verse 9 says, and when Herod had sought for him and found him not, he examined the keepers and commanded that they should be put to death. And he went down from Judea to Caesarea, and there abode. And Herod was highly displeased with them of Tyre and Sidon, but they came with one accord to him, and having met Blastus, the king's chamberlain, their friend, desired peace, because their country was nourished by the king's country. And upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne and made an oration unto them. And the people gave a shout, saying, it is the voice of a God and not of a man. The voice of a God, not that of a man. He had added salt to injury. Remember that he had executed a man of God, and blood was on his hands. And now his arrogance continued to play out. Listen to me. Sin leads to sin. Arrogance leads to a greater arrogance, and then to greatest arrogance. You know that they said that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And you find people that are in places of power, they become corrupt, and they become authoritative, and they become to undo the people. The more they are rising up in their position, the more they are rising up in their impunity. And so this man, after that he examined the people that were executed, they should not be executed because the prison guess everything was intact. How this man went out from here was a miracle. But they didn't bother about that and killed the people. And then went on scheming for the things that he was going to do. Of course, you know that he had wanted to kill Peter. And on this day, he was arrayed in his kingly robe and was sitting on a throne and gave a speech. And the people shouted, this is God, the voice of a God, not the voice of a human being. What then happened? And the Lord did what he pleased. And verse 23, and immediately the angel of the Lord smote him, because he gave not God the glory. And he was eaten of worms and gave up the ghost. Listen to me. When he took that glory, you know what happened? The angel of the Lord came, piam. And what happened? That torch developed maggots, developed terrible maggots alive. And they began to eat into the eye, dig into the eye, began to dig into the flesh. And the ones that are inside began to dig inside the lungs, inside the liver, inside the pancreas, everything. Inside the flesh, inside the bones. And he was eaten alive. So as they were eating, he was screaming. The people had been screaming at his oratory, at his eloquence. But now he was screaming because God has decided to show him a piece of madness. Listen, you do what you please, God will do what he pleases in the present day. Jesus.